So we have our file permission set up, we have our sample data installed, our database is created, and our web browser is pointing at the directory that our site is living in because we're using MAMP and our host right now is this Magento. And you'll notice it automatically redirects you to index.php/install. And so this is exactly where we want to be, and it takes you to this Magento installation wizard. This first thing it gives you is this open software license, and you can go ahead and read through this. You can get the basic idea of it pretty quickly. It's not that long. You also notice a link to having trouble with installing Magento. Check out our installation guide. This installation guide can be handy if you're running into any issues during the installation. I'm going to click I agree to these above terms and conditions and click continue. And because I'm based in the United States, I'm going to say locale is English United States, and my time zone is going to be Eastern, so set this up wherever your store is located. Eastern Standard Time, America, New York, and currency is going to be US dollars for this site. Now let's click continue, and it's going to ask about your database type. We're using a MySQL database, and the host is going to be localhost. However, our database name was Magento, so it got this right. If this is incorrect, make sure that this name is the exact same name that we gave to your database when you created it in phpMyAdmin. Now, this is going to be your username and password for the database. And in MAMP, it's root and root by default. So if you're using MAMP, please check root and root. If you're using other software, please check to see what the default username and password is for the database. And we don't have any prefix on our tables, so we're going to leave this blank. And our base URL is just going to be the default here. This is what our server is set up to do right now. And admin path is just going to be /admin. However, you can change this to be /backend control, whatever you'd like. I like admin just because it's pretty standard. And this enabled charts allows you to have charts displayed on your dashboard. I like the charts. They're a great way to visually see how many sales and customers you're having, so we'll leave on enabled charts. And don't worry about the skip base URL validation. It says check this box only if it is not possible to automatically validate the base URL. Well, that shouldn't be a problem, and we shouldn't need to check anything else. And since we don't have an SSL installed already, we're not going to click this SSL available yet. Maybe further down the line, we'll install an SSL and we'll turn that on later in the configuration of our site. For now, we're going to ignore it. And we're going to have this save session data in the file system, and let's click continue. So it looks like everything has gone well, and it's asking for the admin account information. I'm going to give it my admin account information, and these are my settings here. Of course, you're going to want your own information here. My username I'm going to leave as admin, and you're going to want to make sure your password is secure, because this is going to be the administrative password for your site. Anybody who has this password would be able to theoretically destroy your site or get your customers' data, all sorts of stuff. So you're not going to want anybody to have this password. And this encryption key, we're going to let Magento generate itself, because if you leave this blank, Magento will completely take care of it. We don't have to worry about it. So let's click continue. So now that I click continue, it gives me this URL set. It gives you your encrypted key. So make sure you keep this in a safe place, maybe print it out or something, save it in a file that, maybe is indescript or something that no one's going to necessarily see. So now we've officially installed Magento. You can click this go to front end, and it'll take you to the front end, and you can click this go to your back end, and it's going to take you to the administration panel. But if you go to your front page, you can see you've installed Magento.